Hey guys, what's going on? This is Eric Broadus, and welcome again to my YouTube channel, Eric Broadus YouTube. And today, what I just briefly want to touch on is some more military content. And so, today I'm going to title this one Cross-Training in the Air Force. And what this is in reference to is the Air Force retraining program. Now, when I talk about retraining or cross-training in the Air Force, what you are allowed to do, provided that you can qualify and pass the courses, you can actually cross-train out of one career field and go into another career field. Now, as far as the other branches of service, I'm going to have to do some more research to find out if they even allow cross-training out of one career field into another. But the Air Force is one military branch that does allow you to cross-train out. So a good example is, let's say you work in you're an aircraft mechanic, and maybe after a certain amount of time in that career field, you decide, hey, maybe I'd like to go into maybe hazardous materials or bioenvironmental. So maybe you found another career field that you actually desire. So with the Air Force, they'll allow you to do it provided you meet all eligibility and requirements. So you just can't just go into the military or to the Air Force and then you get into a career field that you qualified for through your ASVAB, and then you get the career field and then you actually start working in it and you decide that you don't like it. But you have to remain in that career field for a specified amount of time before you are eligible to apply to cross-train into another career field. Now, provided that you do meet the eligibility requirements, what the Air Force will do, obviously, they're going to test you on it. You're going to take tests and exams, and if you actually make it and your records are good, then they'll send you to their technical training schools or technical training centers, in which you'll be sent there to be reclassified, and you'll actually learn another skill set and learn and be taught on the skills that are required for this new career field that you decided to embark on. But I think the cross-training program, I think it's a good one, but I would suggest, and this is for anybody that's already in, and that those of you that are going to enlist into the military, I would definitely suggest doing your research and also knowing the right time frame to make that move. Because if you've been in the military after so many years, I'm not exactly sure if the Air Force has a cutoff or limit to when you can cross-train and if it's even feasible for you. Because in order to cross-train, the Air Force has to spend money. It costs money to reclassify and to retrain you into something else. All of these schools, these career development courses, they cost the Air Force money, and the Air Force, like any other branch of service or Department of Defense agency, they get a congressional budget, and that congressional budget is fed off of taxpayer dollars. So they take that very seriously. So make sure you know what the eligibility and the criteria is before you decide to cross-train, and really decide if it's something that if it's a career field that you really want to do. Because sometimes some people may think that the grass is greener on the other side, and then they cross-train out of one career field and jump into another, and then they may find that they don't like that one. So if you are going to cross-train and make a change up in your career, I would definitely suggest make sure you do your research and be knowledgeable about the career field that you intend on going into. Find out what the eligibility and requirements are, and also what the time specificity is. So there's a certain time period in your career that you'll be able to cross train, and preferably I would suggest for those that's in the Air Force, if you're gonna make that move, I would definitely suggest try to make it within 3 to 4 years. Make the transition early, because you don't want to stay too long in one career field, and then you make it like getting to 10 years, and then you want to switch over. I'm not saying, I mean, people do it, but I would suggest if you're gonna make your move, make it earlier while you're young. It's much easier to absorb material and to make a transition when you're younger versus if kind of gotten kind of stuck or kind of stale. You know what I'm saying? But regardless of wherever you're at in your military career, if you decide that you want to cross train, by all means, would not tell anybody not to do it. We all have to do what's best for ourselves, and you have to do what's best for your career. But it's just something quick just to think about. And what I'll do, I'll just leave a link in the description about the Air Force retraining program. So if you're interested, you can research that for yourself. And I'll probably do something pertaining to ROTC or Officer Training School. For those that may be enlisted and they may be considering wanting to transition into the officer side of the house. But yes, if you plan on cross training, know what the requirements are and know what the specified time frame is. I believe there is a certain time limit in which the Air Force will allow you to cross train into another career field, or they may decide that it's not feasible to spend or invest the money in you, because maybe you may have been in for quite some time. They feel if you're within a certain time frame, or you're close to the end, then they may tell you no. I mean, they're definitely going to look at how much time you have left on your enlistment or in your contract. Then they're going to look at how many years have you been in, and also how far are you away from being eligible for retirement. So they definitely want to take a look at those things before they decide to invest money in you going to another school and reclassification. So it's just something to think about. And for you guys that are going to be future recruits, make sure that you know exactly what it is that you're getting into. And if you have a desired career field, know how to make preparation for it. That's the one thing I wish I had it done, and so I could have gotten a higher score on my ASVABs. But preparation is always good if you can get it. If not, then you can always try to make the move to transition within your first 4 years, or just early on. If it's 4 to, I say anywhere between like 3 to 4 or either 3 to 6, somewhere where it's early in your career. And if Uncle Sam allows you to cross train like that, they are going to want you to give them some guaranteed time, so that way they'll be able to recoup their investment that they poured into you. Uncle Sam, know one thing. Uncle Sam, none of the military branches ever give anything away for free without expecting something in return. So make sure you count the cost, know what the price is, and know what you're getting into. But that's all I have on this video. But the name of this video again is cross training in the Air Force, the Air Force retraining program. But just something to think about briefly, and I will come back with some more military content, and I'll have something for my Snacks Thoughts channel. But the name of my channel is Eric Broadus YouTube. That's EricBroadus YouTube, or ericbroadusyoutube.com. And I want to thank all of my subscribers. Those that have subscribed, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you for spreading the channel, and please keep spreading it. And thank you for subscribing. I really appreciate it. And please push the channel out, continue to push it out, and share it, and leave comments. I would love to interact and dialogue with you. And I also have a podcast called Snacks Thoughts. That's SNAKZTHOUGHTS. Snacks Thoughts. And for that podcast, you can find me on Anchor, Spotify, Spreaker, iTunes, Apple Podcasts, Radio PBM, and a host of others. But please share both and please subscribe to both. But that's all I have. Name again of this video is cross training in the military, Air Force retraining. All right. Thanks, guys. Catch you on the next one. Peace.